Good afternoon, folks. Pete Yetton here, Managing Director of Remarkable Law Consultancy Limited, higher education specialists, strategic analyst and immigration lawyer. Okay, and for another vlog, I'm going to stick on high-risk recruitment in two main countries because it's still hot topic in terms of what's going on in those countries, sadly, and also the graduate route visa, which is still up there in terms of conversation for the sector. The tragic massacre that happened about 2 weeks now ago in the Kashmir region, that has led to an exchange of gunfire between India and Pakistan at the weekend, and also the water treaty's been breached, which I think I'm right, it's on the first time that that's happened, and that is now affecting 200 million people. If Pakistan as well internally, there is mass deportations going on with Afghani citizens who hold their ACC cards. And the UN agreed TORs, which come to an end in June, I doubt are going to be extended. So that's putting into the mix about 800,000 ACC card holders, Afghan citizens, and about 1.4 million of TORs. So that's 2.2 million of forced migration. That's going to force, in the UKVI is seeing all this. When you look at the internal issues within Pakistan itself, from south all the way through central and to north now is high risk in terms of you can't break it down into region of where there is balance and there is some safety from the UKVI's perspective of how they manage and mitigate risk, and that is a link to the visa refusals, and that's linked to potentially asylum applications that they're seeing an increase in from Pakistan alone. So I've said this before, but for new people who are looking at my vlogs, the UKVI will assess risk on a country based on a number of different factors: internal conflict, extremism, and a basic imbalance of power within that. It could be a new government with a drive to eradicate corruption or financial issues that are causing currency to fluctuate up and down. That could affect the student market in terms of fees. We saw that in Nigeria in 2016 and also in 2020. It could have natural disasters that will effectively force migration from those countries because people want to better their situation and go to safety. And you have other factors as well, just internally, poor job markets, opportunities, economies failing. That causes people to want to apply for a visa on a given route, and then when they're here, they don't fulfill out the obligations of the visa application. Okay, so that's why the student route is always in a bit of a challenge for recruitment markets and for compliance units within institutions, is because you use various filter systems by having really good processes with the recruitment and admissions, your criteria, eligibility criteria, your deposits that you take, all of those things, interviews that you want to roll out to students. All that is really a filter to try and make sure you get the genuine student. Let's not escape from this important point while everyone's talking about risk, graduate route, India, Pakistan, and students. The genuine students that come through from India and Pakistan, and I will say this because I've been dealing in this market since 2013, since 2013, is they are phenomenal students, okay? They will be the ambassadors of your institution. They'll probably be the most proactive people on campus, getting involved in multiple groups and connections, and they'll be doing loads to promote where they're studying. There's a huge amount of pride involved in that for them. They're great ambassadors for their own countries as well when they come over here. Reason also being is that education is not a given. It's not a birthright for these students coming through. A lot of sacrifices have been made for these students to get here. And therefore their focus is 100% on point. I need to enroll, I need to register, I need to complete. I'm not going to breach my visa conditions, and I want to be a fantastic global citizen. That is a fact for high-risk markets. And I don't want some of the dialogue I've been seeing in LinkedIn recently to actually sway some of that of how the UK market and people like me and universities perceive these high-risk students. They are really good students. Let's not, though, escape where these countries are right now in terms of internal conflict, and that the UKVI are going to be analysing their applications based on these parameters. So please make sure that you are doing all you possibly can to ensure that your students that are applying are genuine, and you can give them the best opportunity by putting in a huge amount of support for them when they're here. I will do another vlog later in the week about asylum again, and within institutions, it's important to keep hammering this point home. Have a wonderful week, everyone, and look out for another vlog at the end of the week. Take care.